Debated.
Oh, hello, everybody. Welcome to week 1, PMA LCS. We are seeing Dome Band Poppy versus Ocean's Obligated Beaters, also known as Oof. Anyways, this is me. I am Super Hoagie, or aka Wheels on the Bus, and joined with me is
Hey everyone, it's Matt, Mr. Matt 2702 Pearson. Super creative.
yeah, it's super creative. Anyways, welcome. This is gonna be a spicy stream right here. So, what are you looking forward to in this game so far? I know
To be completely honest, these are the two teams that I know the least about them. I've seen It's Your Boy before, so I'm looking forward to his play. But at the same time, I don't know much about either of these teams, but I'm looking forward to not seeing a Poppy ban. So that's what I'm hopeful for.
Oh, well, Front Lash isn't here currently, so we may not see a Poppy ban.
Let's be hopeful. I want to see some Poppy.
I don't know if anybody will play Poppy, but we'll see. Anyways, on Dome Band Poppy, speaking of which, we actually have Jaundice 3 back, actually. And we have StarCraft actually subbing for Front Lash. So this will actually be very interesting. We'll see where everybody goes. Maybe StarCraft gets to go to his favorite jungle, because he does love the jungle.
Man, all of his StarCraft practice will give him all of those APM with all the microing in jungle. That'll be super nice.
And there's the ban. Yep.
Ooh.
And you see the instant Renekton ban against Necro guy. His signature crocodile. Hate that crocodile, by the way.
Literally, one of the longest things. I think we were talking about this earlier, Ogie, was that Renekton stun can just last forever. It feels like it lasts forever, and it's so annoying to get caught in that. But then we see the Lee Sin ban, another solid ban, pretty meta champ. Good to see picked out.
Vel'Koz banding away clearly at Jumper J, and Kane at Elucida. Elucida is known for his great counter jungle presence, and Kane just provides a lot of pressure, so it makes sense that that's a ban. And then there's a Jax and a Lysandre ban.
Yeah, those are two pretty solid bans. Oh, we see the Xin Zhao first pick. What do you think about that? We saw a couple of these, earlier this week, and Xin Zhao has done significantly, well against his opponent junglers, especially with early pathing.
Who does it go to is the question.
That is a good question. You're gonna play a jungle, you're gonna play a top. Oh, it's everyone's favorite. It's Brad.
Bard. That's actually a comfort pick for Tia Boy. That's actually his favorite Mei support. So that's actually a pretty good first pick for him.
Listen, I'm all about it. Bard is one of my favorite high capacity supports. To me, he feels like you need a lot of you need a very high IQ, to play Bard as just a troll. But no, he's super fun. His mechanics are very unique, especially with his ult. And we see the Lucian pick come through. We haven't seen a lot of this recently, but it's good to see it come out.
And then there's an Ezreal pick coming in probably for Fudgy Ditters, as well as a Scion pick for Guy Fieri. Most likely for Guy Fieri.
The good old meatball, dude. Guy Fieri and his treasured meat. What a champ.
That's an interesting way to look at a tank. A meatball.
Meatball. I'm gonna be honest. I took that phrase from LCS, but not PMA LCS, but actual LCS. Captain Flowers, yeah, Captain Flowers. Oh.
And then a Zyra pick. That's actually a mid lane pick for Jumper J. That's actually one of his favorites.
Hold on. This is actually pretty interesting. I'm so glad we get to see this, because now we have I wonder, just with these three picks that we're seeing, if they're gonna go for a somewhat of a peel for the Lucian.
because the bar with Bard Q and Tempered Fate, that'll be able to definitely peel away from Lucian. And Zyra's what is it? Tangled Roots is her E, and her ultimate as well. Will like definitely be able to give
Grasping
Lucian a
roots,
chance to
actually.
get away.
It's called grasping roots. Anyways,
Boosted.
there's a Pike banned away from Symphonia, as well as Malphite banned away from most likely Necro Guy. I'm not sure if he actually plays the Malphite, but it is a really good team fight tank that fits really well into that comp, especially. So it makes sense that it's banned anyways.
There it is. We see the cow banned out. Everyone's a very good combination with Ezreal. Being able to knock them under tower and push them right into Ezreal WQ. Like, that's just a solid ban. I'm curious to see what they're going to target next, because there seems to be a lot of mid lane bans. Like, are they going to try and just keep narrowing the pool to where they know what they're going to play against? Oh!
They're going to pick the Nocturne. Ban the Nocturne, sorry. Away from Elucida. Another great jungler for Hansu. For that.
We haven't seen a J4 ban. I don't know if Elucida is a J4 player, but J4, like we've seen before, has been a really good jungler as of late.
He can play J4. His Nocturne and Kayn are definitely something to be feared, though, however, from Elucida. Just because of that extreme pressure that he can bring. And then there's a Maokai pick coming in for Necro Guy.
Let's go. Maokai. Speaking of Maokai, that's a complete side note. I bought Goalkeeper Maokai skin today. Feels so good. Such an awesome skin. Especially if you're like a huge sports nerd, like every little. But yeah, it's really weird. We saw Ganwei on this week. Now we're seeing another Maokai. I wonder if he's gonna come back to the meta. Oh, ooh, Ziggs.
A Ziggs pick. I wonder who that's gonna go to actually.
Spicy. I like it. Wait, hold on. Hear me out. This is just a troll thought, but it's Ziggs AD and Ezreal mid. Hear me out.
Let's go with a no on that one. And there's a Nami pick coming in for Symphonian. Ezreal Nami combo is not actually too bad. I don't know, people criticize that lane sometimes, but her E actually, her Tidecaller Blessing actually gets proc. Ezreal's Mystic Shot actually procs it because it is an
really.
Interesting.
I did not know that. That is good to know that.
It's auto attacks. It boosts auto attacks. But almost like a mini Ice Bone Gauntlet. Well, not really Ice Bone Gauntlet.
Something similar, but now we see the final pick is Vayne, so I'm interested to see this to what this comp is going to come out to. I'm thinking Jungle Maokai.
That is a Jungle Vayne actually. Hansu, Elucida has been telling me, and a little birdie has told me that Elucida has been very interested in playing the Vayne jungle. So that we might see that Vayne in the jungle actually. A very spicy pick for Elucida here. No one expects it.
Yeah, now that we see that the full team rounded out, and golly, just looking through this, I'm having a hard time kind of learning who I think is gonna win. You know, like there's two completely different styles here.
Here's the thing: DBP, Don't Ben Poppy, is looking at a lot of tower pressure with the Scion, with the Demolish, especially if you're going that classic high HP Scion that just demolishes tower, along with the Ziggs pick.
Absolutely.
And the Ezreal that can probably can proc on towers, so then like
Ezreal W procs on towers.
Yeah, exactly. So that actually works out very well. That's their win condition. And oof, what they have to do with the Zyra, the Bard, the Maokai, especially up on the Bard and the Maokai, they have to protect the Lucian and the Vayne. If they can protect the Lucian and the Vayne, they can essentially mow down their entire team.
Absolutely. I think the other thing is Oof is looking for, they have 3 high engaged champions, in which we're talking about the Bard, the Zyra, and the Maokai. When they also can heal, these can be high engaged champions. In Maokai ult, we see Bard ult, Bard Q, Zyra E, Zyra ult. We see these really hard engages on the side of Oof. And to me, that just sets up the Vayne to tumble, and then pin him against a wall perfectly, and Lucian to just like unleash a culling just right into their face. So Oof may also have the win condition of let's pick a team fight and let's see what we can do. Where DBP is going to say, okay, everyone's going to be staying to your lanes and just push it down. All of us have, super strong, like you said, super strong lane presence. We're just going to run it down and try everything against you. So it'll be, like you said, I'm kind of torn here because one of these styles that I'm all about. I'm all about each style. Just peel for your AD, peel for the carry, and then if you can get a hard engage, get a really good like engage on the team. But DBP's comp is super smart and super calculated, and I really like the comp of having the demolition on Ziggs, the stacking of Ezreal Q, and just generally just having a much better like shoving ability.
Yeah, absolutely. Sorry, I was just preoccupied.
No
Just a
worries.
moment, please. I do have to go somewhere for real quick, so I will be right back.
In the meantime, everyone, so what we're gonna do is just go ahead and drop all of your go ahead and drop your picks in the chat. I think me personally, I think I'm gonna pick Oof game. In my experience of playing the team fight style, I much prefer and I think is really good when you're looking at the overall scheme of it.
Never mind. I am back. Okay.
Okay.
So what I think. Okay, so hear me out. Okay, so think the I think the win has to go to D DBP here, just because yes, um, the Lucida can actually go depending on their positioning can basically 1v5 and just kill everybody, and just all you need to do is just peel for the Vayne. But unless that positioning is perfect, which everybody makes mistakes, there's a little bit of a one misstep, and that whole team can actually go decimated. While the blue side, DBP's team actually has that like objective thinking. We're gonna have to go like, I'm gonna go take down this tower. Oh, okay. So let's go rotate top, and they kind of have that flow going, that kind of planning. So I think that's pretty pretty good on their part. I think.
Yeah, I definitely think that's gonna be their condition. I'm gonna go in contrast to you. Yeah, like I said, I was talking to Cat before. I'm pretty much sold on Oof. Like that style of play to me makes the most sense, and I'm all for the team pick. Go all in, especially in this comp. If you can pick off the Zig, if you can pick off the Ezreal, the only problem is going to be how are you going to deal how are you going to deal with the Scion? So much HP. He's going to be so tanky, and like they have the damage ability, but for someone to shred through, the joking 6K health of Scion, that's gonna take a really well calculated effort.
I absolutely. And while we wait for this spectator delay, let's go straight to our men bung minute.
Hey guys, Menbung here for the Menbung Minute. So I'm looking at both of these comps, and I think that DBP definitely has the more standard team fight comp. You have a double marksman over on the side of Oof, which to most people might be a big Oof. But one of them is the Vayne in the jungle, who is one of the best AD carries or marksmen to deal with a tank like Sion. The only thing that worries me about this is that Vayne doesn't want to see Xin Zhao anytime early, but I don't think that that's the matchup you need to be looking at. You need to look right now actually at Jumper J versus Guy Fieri in the mid lane. Guy Fieri going to be on that Ziggs. I don't know how comfortable he's going to feel on this, but if Zyra gets a couple of kills right there, it's going to be tough sledding for the rest of the team to deal with her. Also, a nice mix of damage on the side right over there for Oof. So I'm going to give it to Oof in this first game, and that has been your Min Bung Minute.
Thanks, Minbone. You heard it here
So
first.
it's 2-1.
Minbone says oof. I say oof. We got Hokie on DBP. Either way, this is gonna be a really good game.
I
Just
think
looking
it's
at it.
I think it's going to be a very good game, and I think it's gonna be pretty even. It's just the win conditions are very different in between OOF and DBP. The win condition is just so much different, I think.
Right, right, and with two completely like opposing win conditions, you can approach this game either way with either team having a high likelihood of winning. I think in this what's going to happen is you're going to have to see which team is going to have the first incidental slip up and what's going to happen and who's going to capitalize on that. Is Vayne in Elucid are going to have that really good pathing,
Mm-hmm.
or is Jaundice on the Xinjiao gonna take the early path, do some invading, and deny Vayne so that she can't get so far ahead. But so far ahead. Let me rephrase. So I don't know. We'll see when we get into game.
Mm-hmm.
What's been happening as of late is it's been seeming that the has been taking the early path to clear what he needs. Maybe he goes, he starts his red and then goes to the opposing jungle's blue, and that's super. It's super smart to deny the Vayne the opportunity to get that sustain, especially when they
Look at the
excuse me.
mastery points real quick. Look at these fresh mastery points. That Nami doesn't have much actually. Nami and Ziggs don't actually have much. But look at this crazy mastery points on the Lucian actually. So much mastery points on the Lucian. Mudkips. Loves that Lucian. However, before we continue, I do also want to give a huge shout out to Olive Purple right there. Hi Olive. Hello, that's actually Tia Boy's fiance watching the stream as well. Sorry, I didn't predict your team to win. Sorry.
I'm all for it. It's your boy. Before we actually hop into game though, I want to talk skins. My personal favorite skin here. I'm sold on Meowkai. Cats are awesome. This skin is awesome. I don't know. It holds a special place in my heart.
And for me, it's the Star Guardian Ezreal because Star Guardians.
Fabulous F. You can't compete with that.
Yeah, it's fabulous. Anyways, we get on game and let's check our time so we're not super off sync, okay?
True. I'm all for positive. Positive 10?
I'm a 10. Oh, you said positive 10? Hold on.
We good? I'm positive 10.
Okay, now I'm a 10.
Awesome. Let's get into it. Complete side topic before we get into the actual early game. Can we wait?
Let's see.
Not sure if pranking. Dude, it's just a prank, bro. Haha. No, but in all seriousness, as a side note, Hoagie, I think this is a very important question to ask. He said Star Guardian, like the Star Guardian series. Oh, we got a cheese Q onto Bard there. Or sorry, it was onto Mudkips. As a complete side conversation, what is your favorite skin in the entire game?
Wait, it's not actually a Star Guardian skin, actually. Surprise.
What?
It's an Arcade Riven.
It's what?
Arcade Riven.
Oh, true. Oh, top side.
Oh, StarCraft and Necro Guy fight each other in the jungle and nothing really happens.
Noodle
The
fight.
bone pleating went away from Zion.
Noodle fight. Noodle fight. I have a very special place in my heart for my favorite skin. My favorite skin is Snow Day Bard. This was the first skin that
Not bad.
I don't even play Bard, but one of my buddies was was an 80 Bard main. Don't do it, everyone. It's really troll. Don't actually do that. But yeah, he would play 80 Bard.
While we talk about that, Zia Boy and Mudkips are actually looking for that cheese right there.
Oh.
And they get caught by a ward. So Ezreal
unfortunate. Free Q. Yeah. I was gonna say free start of a Klepto proc for Ezreal. He didn't follow up on it, but hey. Oh, top side. Hello.
Elucida already ganking StarCraft and gets it a first blood with the Silver Bolts, that early level 2 gank. Whoa.
That's what we were talking about, man. This early path and bring up top side to try and shut down the cake Zion. Not even that, but how well you see Elucida path and start like he's kind of well played in that fight, managing exactly when the off. Okay, pairing up with Necro guy. Oh, we got some spicy action in the jungle.
Jaundice actually catches out Elucida. There's that fight that Vayne really needs to avoid that Xin Zhao at this point, because Xin Zhao can outduel very easily against the Vayne.
Absolutely, especially in the early levels. Xin Zhao is one of the most like prominent early game junglers.
And
so much.
Anyways, let's see what's going on.
We got a lot of trades in the bot lane.
A nice decimating smash for the Scion. Awesome. Another decimating smash. Just knocking up that Maokai.
We see the dabbing penguin move come out. Nothing better. Dabbing penguins. I'm still one matchup I'm gonna be excited to watch for. This is the Zyra and the Ziggs. I'm not much of a huge.
The bubble lands. The Aqua Poison lands on the Mudkips, and nothing really happens from that.
I'm really excited to see how this Zyra and the Ziggs matchup plays out, because I know very little about mid lane matchups, but this is one that I don't think I've ever seen before. So I'm gonna.
I think about. And Vayne misses the condemn, so actually saves Ziggs.
Yeah, I was keeping quiet because I saw it lucid. I was like, is there gonna be a play happening? What's gonna happen? Had Elucida got that pin, that could have turned out to be huge for the side of Oof.
So what I'm expecting here to see happen, I'm not a mid lane main myself either. However, I do know Zyra. And Zyra's wave clear actually is surprisingly really good, especially if you build that AP with her plants. And provides that extra minion that has to be beaten as well. So Zyra's going to be able to have that lane priority very easily just by having those plants around.
Right, yeah, and I think that'll be beneficial for how this plays out. Oh,
flash!
Double flash mid lane.
And misses the grasping roots, and then Guy Fieri just flashes after he saw that it missed anyways. I guess he was spooked.
Yeah, and we saw Jaundice follow up, try and get the thing with a good condemn back to keep him off, avoiding the knockup. But as we look at the map, we start to see on the side of... Ooh, excuse me. Oh, I gotta sneeze. This sucks. You know how you can feel a sneeze coming? Oh.
Oh, Xin Zhao finds Elucida in the jungle, condemns him away, but it does not matter. Guy Fieri just takes down Elucida with a Mega Inferno Bomb.
Goodness. Sorry about that, guys. Ugh. So, what I was gonna mention was the vision control around Dragon for Oof. We saw that they had a ton of wards like encircling the Dragon Pit, and it's an Infernal, so that being
and then there's a fight from the bot lane, and then the heal comes out from the Lucian trying to save the Bard. That WQ combo from the Ezreal was just too much damage to deal with, especially with that Nami.
Yeah. Nami just feels so strong, just as a support in general. Having the sustain she has and the hard CC.
Also, Nami's Type-Color Blessing actually does a slow, so basically, it's almost like Ezreal gets an early Iceborne Gauntlet, almost. Not quite as much slow, but still a good amount of slow.
Yeah, absolutely. And as we start to see these bot lanes approach 6, I'm expecting a little bit more pressure bot side, especially for the Inferno. While it's not as good as an Ocean Drake, that extra damage is going to be incredibly beneficial as time progresses. So one thing to note here, and I really should have made note of this earlier, is if you look at the CS differentials, we see Xin Zhao up. Ooh.
There was a trade down in the bot lane, but there was just a little skiff-up trade of auto attacks. Nothing major.
Yeah. Oh, sorry for completely missing that. I was trying to do some stats, but as we start to look at CS differential, we start to see that Xin Zhao is starting to take a little bit more than a slight lead. 11 CS in the jungle.
4-man collapse onto the Oof bot lane, and your boy had to flash out to get that magical journey. But that was a nice 4-man collapse by DBP.
Yeah, now we're going to see them pressure the dragon. We got some smacking going on up top as well.
Very exciting top lane battle. As we see a Jaundice taking the jungle, taking the dragon. And Jaundice is going to have to flash out of that dragon pit, but that was totally worth it. They just got an infernal dragon.
Absolutely. That was so well calculated on the side of Don't Pay Poppy. They decided, okay, let's burn the summoner Bard, or let's burn the summoner on the Bard and Lucian, get them out of the way so that we have priority on this bot side jungle. They may have a bit more vision than us. We see, comparatively the wards look pretty close.
And there's a fight in top lane, and they're just smacking each other like a wet noodle fight.
Wet noodle
say wet noodle fight because they're actually just tanks. They don't have damage items yet. They don't have any damage. I mean, a little bit of magic damage and a little from the Maokai, and a little bit of physical damage from the side, but
yeah, and then they have the corrupting potion, which is going to do something. So, but I don't really think that's gonna make a difference for them.
Yeah, Gracity and Dying just heals so much. It's actually
it's
great
so
rune to take on a tank matchup.
Yeah, it's absolutely ridiculous. It's like, well, who can slap the other noodle harder? Well, it doesn't really matter because we're both gonna live.
Exactly. And they get permanent. They actually get health from it too. And Guy Fieri gets the blue buff, so that's gonna help Guy Fieri with his wave clear a little bit, because Jumper J on the Zyra is just pushing the Ziggs under tower with the plants. Which
that's a really good point that he's keeping him under tower, but at the same point, it's actually making it a little bit easier. We have
Symphonian sends a tidal wave, and the Lucian had to flash out of that tidal wave so that he doesn't get caught. He was caught in the 2v1.
Not the place.
Caught in the 2v1 while the Bard was roaming.
Yeah, really not the place you want to be on that kind of trade. But going back to the mid lane matchup real quick, now we're seeing a really huge CS differential between the two. Even if Zyra's shoving in, we see Guy Fieri being able to farm under tower, up roughly, whereas, golly, I'm losing all my stuff. He was up about 20 CS.
Wait, there's an Arcane Barrage going on in the bot lane just to clear the wave. Never mind.
That's just they're going for wave clear there. They're going to try and shove in, and we're going to see the W proc on power, and they're going to go ahead and take the first plating, potentially the second, but it doesn't look like they have the minion wave for the second. But we see Jaundice sitting bot as well, so that'll be if they push up too far. And we also see Elucida sitting up top. They're thinking about it. But yeah, we're starting to see these CS differentials really come to fruition. Again, the 10 CS consistently 10 CS up from Xin Zhao. Bot lane's pretty close. Mid lane CS differential is probably the largest one that we're gonna see.
That clear with the Ziggs Q, the bomb, as well as the E, the mine, it's just a lot of wave clear right there. And Guy Fieri just misses a Mega Infernal Bomb, huh?
So that's like a...
Anyways, it's okay. He still has a CS difference, so... Good CS difference, so...
Right, I was going to say that on
anyways, Guy Fieri.
I was gonna say I don't know what the opposite of like you know Kobe is. I wanted to say like brick. And you just throw it. It's just airball. Just hard brick right there.
It's almost good as a Sejuani ultimate, actually.
Oh my
Remember
goodness.
those icy Sejuani ults?
Oh, bot lane.
It's kind of like that. And the Vayne comes in, takes the blast cone, and gets actually caught by a ward. Symphonian and Jaundice is collapsing on the Vayne. And their spectator is actually taking us to freaking top lane matchup. So
Yeah, we see that. We see the top lane matchup.
Tanks smacking at each other.
Yeah, two noodles.
And Maokai just heals through sapling magic anyways, because of that healing on Maokai.
Yeah, and something we missed, something that was really important that you know, Fog of War and Directed Camera wasn't showing the fight that was going on between Jumper J, Elucida, and Jaundice. You know, had Jumper J hit his E.
going on to the Maokai, and then it's just not really much damage.
They're kind of being beautiful.
Looking for that top scuttle, securing that top scuttle, and then probably ganking top.
Either that, or maybe gonna try and pull them down to Baron. Oh, or not Baron. Wow, Rift Tail. What am I talking about?
There's a ping coming onto the Scion. Let's see, and then Maokai blocks the Scion ultimate. So he just Elucida takes down StarCraft with that scorch damage, or was it red buff?
I think it's red buff.
It was red buff.
Right, and then on the box,
taking down StarCraft with that last tick of damage. Well calculated by Elucida. Good on him to back off and not try to finishing off the Scion under tower and taking more towers.
Yeah, really good call there. And while top lane was pushing in, you know, DBP got their second Inferno Drake. Really going to be kind of problematic for many of these lanes that seem behind, because they're not going to be able to push in as effectively. The higher damage stats from pretty much all.
Jaundice finds your boy and just gets on top of him. And now Mudkips is next, and Mudkips goes down to Fudgy Ditters on the Ezreal.
The perfect example of what I was talking about with this damage differential. You know, you see the Xin Zhao come in for the flank. There's nothing they can do about it.
And this is what I was talking about. This is a little scary for Oof, just because now they have to work on protecting the Lucian and the Vayne. While Xin Zhao just gets on top of their faces and they're just dead.
Yeah, and really, you know, Xin has been, you know, Jaundice's objective has been playing the game right objectives incredibly well. You know, managing not only, you know, hey, how can I help this lane shove in, or how can I help that lane shove in, and where to put my jungle pressure, but also managing the bigger objectives, dragging, trying to manage the scuttles. We've seen Elucida managing top scuttle very well, and it's looking like they're going to try and get the advantage on the Necro guy.
There's actually a Trinity Force build actually going to the Ezreal, which means that's actually going to be that Mystic Shot's going to do so much damage from the Ezreal.
And here
we see the tidal wave going on to peel away their bot lane, peeling away the Vayne, and Fudgy Ditters just takes down both the Vayne and the Lucian.
This whole protect the carry comp so far doesn't seem to be working for Oof, and it's not to their discredit. It's just that DBP and Poppy is playing around their jungle and the jungle pressure and vision that they have so well.
Here's what we needed to know about that fight actually. That Nami, that flash tidal wave onto. They got the huge tidal wave onto the Bard and the Veins, so Lucian was caught out by himself, while the other two were just preoccupied and missed out of position. So then they were just easy cleanups for the Jaundice and Fudgy Ditters. So huge props to Symphonian on that Nami.
Yeah, like we had said before, that can be a dangerous champion, you know. With the sustain in lane, the incredibly, you know, in my opinion, the incredibly versatile and dangerous CC, you know, she has with both the bubble and the tidal wave and the slow that we talked about earlier, you know, makes Nami in my opinion, one of the most, probably likely one of the best support champions in you know many of the matchups, and especially here we're seeing it, you know, playing into the Lucian and Bard. She has priority with like with pretty much a higher CC like score capability.
And then we see a Rip Turtle being taken by Jaundice and Fudgy Ditters. Nami, Symphonian is actually just hanging around. And nice flash by Jumper J away from the Mega Inferno Bomb.
I think Necro Guy's gonna try and looking to get in here and try and do something about it, which is too late. You know, they get the damage down, they get the Eye of the Harrow.
They just have too much priority in the top and the mid lane right now, with Guy Fieri, who's doing a great job actually clearing the wave and just generally zoning off Jumper J off of doing what the play that Zyras typically want to do. Yeah, a lot of the Mega Inferno Bombs are missing, but who cares? He's doing what he needs to do as a Ziggs.
Absolutely, and you know, just to hit a little bit on statistics, you know, let's look back at the CS count.
There's a tower being taken by Fudgy Ditters and Symphonian. The top tower is going down, and then the Arcane Barrage goes down to clear the wave even further, I believe.
You see the damage that put on the It's Your Boy. That thing is not tickling. That thing is you know, just a full on smack to the face. And it's just
There's ping coming onto the dragon, the veins being spotted.
Yeah, it looks like the vision control on bot side is 100%
and Lucida takes the scuttle.
set up.
Very important to know because there has the vision control by Oof to set up for that Mountain Drake. They do not want to give DBP the Mountain Drake right now with the increased tower taking power. You do not want that on their team. So let's see if Elucida can actually secure that Mountain Drake. And John
we see on the back side
into Elucida, and Guy Fieri with the Mega Inferno Bomb actually hitting and takes down Elucida. And then a double kill going on by Fudgy Ditter onto Mudkip and Sia Boy. This is not looking good.
Yeah, and something
now
to
they
note
got the Mountain Drake as well. They have so much damage onto the towers with the 2 Infernal and the Mountain Drake. And then
Summon Rift.
Summon the Rift.
Yeah, as I say, bot lane is pretty much done. Another thing to note.
Gone at this point.
Yeah, looks like they're just gonna try and looks like on the side of Oof, they're just gonna try and do it handle. But you know, we're gonna go ahead.
That was actually a really good Tempered Fate by Sia Boy ulting the own tower so that the Rip Turtle, sorry, burp. Rip Turtle Shelly doesn't take down the tower.
Yeah, like half that HP. And that's why I said Bard has these high IQ plays. You know, you set up for tower dives, you can set up to protect your own tower. Tempered Fate. You know, Bard, that 500 IQ champion. That, like, you know, I love it. I love seeing Bard. But you know, coming up next on the Dragon side is another Infernal Drake. And if that gets picked up by Don't Ban Poppy, I think this game, you know, it's any game is winnable until then.
Sia Boy and take Sia Boy's half health. That finish Muramana as well as a Trinity Force just hurt so much at Ezreal now. The Mystic Shot, especially combined with his W, is just hurt so much.
And we start to see Ezreal shift. He has his base AD now. You pick Amp Tone.
He's
that
getting a second tier item as well. You see that second tier item, which is probably going into an Archangel staff.
Yeah, so he's going to be dangerous. He is going to be one dangerous AD carry. If we these 6 kills on it with Kleptomancy, that's so much money that he just has additional money he has at his disposal. And that's why he's able to complete these high cost items. And it's just so he's been playing so well this game, managing I guess adapting to the team around him. Seeing Jaundice coming on his ganks, it's actually ridiculous. Let's say we got something mid lane. We had something. Oh. Bard doing his Bard things, it's his time to shine.
And you see Jaundice sweeping into the jungle, getting that vision control over Elucida. Now they know they have no vision on this Baron, and they're just taking this Baron. And the Baron is going down so quickly because of that double Infernal, as well as the Mountain Drake, and the Temper Fate comes on to the Baron. But it
500 IQ Bard plays.
does not matter. And the Fate.
Oh my goodness, Elucida.
Baron! He dies for it, but it does not matter. He stole the Baron. Flashing in as a Vayne, it does not matter. He gets the Baron and relieves some of that pressure. Oh my goodness.
That's fucking. Listen, I try and keep
that.
I try and keep this PG. That's big dick energy. That is huge dick energy. Oh my god. That was absolutely ridiculous by Elucida. That's one of those really feel good moments. When you just you Lux all, you Ezreal all, just randomly shoot at it. Elucida just flashes and just smites and's happy. It's good day, boys.
Anyways, even the True Shot Barrage doesn't do as much damage to the minions, the Baron empowered minions. It's just crazy.
And I think part of the problem we're running into now is we're gonna we just saw it. We see John just running free over the entire jungle. So he has free reign of both of pretty much both sides of the jungle now. If we look at the ward coverage is you have a couple entrances covered here on the red side, but
Omega Inferno Bomb comes in to help clear the wave, and has actually been pretty successful. And you see Symphonian trying to take down, and Symphonian's getting caught.
Big Bard Q right there.
That was a great Q by your boy just to get that stun. And then we see a DC onto the guy Thierry.
Oh.
Disconnected. So will we see a pause here? And we do see a pause. So this is a perfect time for a little bit of analysis. Okay. What does Oof need to do to get back into the game?
I think the biggest thing starts with, it started with the Baron steal from Elucida. I think denying them that objective was the start of the turning point. What they need to do now is we see that Infernal Drake is coming up in about 9 seconds whenever this is unpaused. So when we see Infernal Drake come up, they need to immediately get control of that area. They can't give this Infernal Drake up, or it's going to be just as effective. It's not as effective as the Baron, but the power play that they're getting off it to minimize the gap. They're down about 6K at the moment. About 6K. Down all these objectives, but they need to find a way to pressure, your lanes, and allow your jungle to farm, get a little bit stronger, and be able to make to come in and make these plays that Elucida needs to make, because Vayne is, like you said in the pregame, Elucida on Vayne is going to be one of those champions that can carry, put the team on your back in 1v9. If Mudkips as well can also start to get his itemization, because we see that he has a Bork and he has Berserker Greaves. Aside from that, he doesn't really have much, whereas we go look at the Ezreal. Ezreal has Trinity Force, Murmur, Boss Chapter, Tier, and he's so well stacked.
And we see that gold difference, dark gold difference in the bot lane as well as the mid lane. Not you actually see Jaundice versus Elucida. Elucida's only behind by 400 gold, which isn't actually that significant. If he could get that shutdown onto Jaundice, that would actually be huge for Elucida.
Yeah, and I think the biggest thing right now is you need to get your carry. You need to get your carry some kills. I see 3 perfect targets in picking off, the Ezreal, picking off the Xin Zhao, and picking off the Ziggs,
Now,
because all
picking
3
off
of
the
them have.
Ezreal is going to be a little bit more tricky, just because he has that arcane shift. He has that kite away as well as the peel from the Nami. So that's actually going to be a very tricky target to get. Yes, he has that 1,000 gold bounty on his head, but is he the best target to go? I don't know, because I see a juicier target in Guy Fieri with that 900 gold. He's been performing very well with his objectives. He's been able to wave clear. He's been able to do what he needs to do as it Ziggs, so that he keeps mid lane under control. And you know what?
Absolutely,
He's
and
got some pretty good Mega Infernal bombs. Some of the Mega Infernal bombs literally missed, like his Sejuani ultimates.
yeah, his
But
brick.
maybe it was just because of his bandwidth issues, and that's why he's been missing all his skill shots. Not because he just can't land skill shots. That's probably not it. It's probably his bandwidth. Let's blame the bandwidth for his
Yeah,
Mega
but
Infernal bombs, everybody.
just as we said, Ezreal has the escape. You gotta think Ziggs has Ziggs, like he has his W that he can debt pack away with. I'm not saying that it's perfect, but it's another form of escape, so his mobility is there. So I
However,
agree. I agree with you that
sorry, go ahead.
no, you go ahead.
Anyways, once we see the arcane shift go down, however, it is up. You have to find that perfect moment where that arcane shift is down in order to catch that Ezreal. So if you want to catch that Ezreal, find moments where that cooldown, because it has a significant amount of cooldown.
Mm-hmm.
You can't just arcane shift every second.
Right.
So you're gonna have to find moments where that arcane shift is down and go in during that time.
Right, and something else I wanna make note of. Look at Jumper J's score. Jumper J is just flat even across. And something else I want to note, and correct me if I'm wrong, I haven't seen him throw a single ultimate out this game.
He has thrown the Stranglethorn before. I don't think it did much though.
Yeah, and that's the thing is if he can pair, what I'm thinking is if in the comms if Jumper J and it's way pair up and say, hey, Bard, throw Tempered Fate, catch a couple of them, drop Stranglethorn right on top of them. That's just going to be a free knockup, and then from that knockup you can throw Zyra E, Bard Q, and you can just stun them forever.
You also have to understand that Stranglethorn is strongest when you have some plants down. So if you can get some plants down as well, with the increased attack speed from the plants, that's actually huge That's actually going to be huge onto the Zyra, for the Zyra to get so much damage out, especially with that. Actually, no, she has a Ludens Echo and almost has
Hunting
a
Oath.
Leander's. Once she hits that Leander's, she's gonna do a lot of damage actually.
Yeah, and that's something actually that we can kind of we can actually something we can talk about itemizations, and itemizations in this game are really important. We see the Bard somewhat falling behind in his itemization. Nami, Nami already has redemption, so she's well ahead in terms of the excessive amount of heal she has. But another thing we can look at is, and this is maybe an overlooked stat, is board score. The coverage from the side of DBP is that we see all the way down comparatively, with the exception of every other lane and every other position has had a more dominant ward score on the side of Don't Ban Poppy, and that just means their coverage has been much more effective in my opinion. Maybe it's clearing out their vision, maybe it's installing their own. At the same point, when you're putting down that kind of...
Oh, Guy Fieri has disconnected again. Can we get a command Eric on chat, please. Send Guy Fieri your bandwidth, please. I'm sending him my bandwidth from over here as well. I'm sending it.
Hey, Jumper J is reaching out.
But anyways, the Symphonian on the Nami just says, thanks for not banning Poppy. You know, they're grateful that Poppy wasn't banned.
It's
oh,
funny.
Jumper J, I love you too. I know you don't know who I am, but I know Jumper J knows me. But he doesn't know that I'm casting, so.
Shout out, homie. You don't know me, because I probably haven't played with you. I haven't played with a lot of people. Wanting to start again.
I have to brag here, but I actually have gotten people apparently loves to play League with me, so you know I'm happy about that.
I can attest to that. We had our game where we were you in our game where we were? This is a complete side note, everyone. Were you in our game where we were playing? We were playing a pretty much a full ADC comp.
Oh yeah, except that was Gangplank.
Oh yeah. Hey, listen, Gangplank's a marksman. If you go
we've seen the reconnect from from Guy Fieri. Did people successfully send him bandwidth?
Dude, I hope so. Oh man, you should read some of the chat that's going on. It's pretty funny. Also, I'm pretty sure. Oh, we are back in game, and we're right into a fight, right into the action. Oh, big impressive. Oh, there's the ult. There's what we were talking about. Take out the Ezreal. There it goes. Oh, wow.
That was a very spicy fight over there. Sorry.
Good.
And the Infernal Drake taken by Vayne. That's actually huge because now you're denying Don't Ban Poppy from that third Infernal Drake. That's actually quite significant, I think.
Absolutely, and we saw, what we were talking about during the shutdown. We saw the Lucian shut down the Ezreal, and that's what we were looking for, 1,000 gold over the Lucian, gets him this Phage, gets him this Kindle Gem, gets him working with Black Fever, which is absolutely huge. We saw the Infernal Drake stop by the Elucida. So I think this turnaround's coming, man. I hate to preemptively say something, but I'm crossing my fingers and knocking wood that this turnaround could very well happen. It's entirely likely.
It could. However, you do have to understand that because of that double tier build by Ezreal, he's going to scale even harder. Just because of that pure amount of damage that he's going to have with his full combo.
Absolutely. And we're seeing it here, we're seeing Guy Fieri just slowly whittle away at Necro Guy.
And Mega Inferno Bomb completely misses everyone again. Oops. Please.
Another Kobe. Sorry, Brick.
Exclamation point, Eric. I think he needs more bandwidth.
Send him an XD in the chat,
Eric.
everyone.
Love you, Guy Fieri. You have some great lane mechanics, friend. Pretty impressive. And got some good Mega Inferno Bombs. But some of them just completely missed.
Hey, listen, I'm all for bandwidth problems. I used to be there. Like, my internet sucked. It's okay. Just, the advice I give you is XD. And I promise I'm not trolling. Alright, we got Baron back up in 2 minutes. So what we're looking for here is we're going to be looking for vision control around the Baron again.
And then Arcane Barrage comes in through the mid lane to clear the wave. Which means there's a lot more pressure coming in for... Oh, and the screams away the Zyre plant. Scion just too busted.
Hey Riot, please nerf Scion. Thank you.
Scion's a dumb champion.
Buff champions like Malzahar. As a former Malzahar main, buff Malzahar. Please, bring him back to the meta. But yeah, we're starting to see the angle of the vision control. we see Elucida getting a little, getting a little bit out there.
I see an attempt to siege the mid tower, but that Dire plant. The thing about Dire plants, it's hard to siege against it, and the Tempered Fate completely misses as well.
Oh, it's
and
okay.
The tidal wave hits multiple people, locks them down, and allows Guy Fieri to get that Mega Inferno Bomb. Great tidal wave by Symphonian, and also great Arcane Barrage as well. But...
Yeah, and we see Mudkip's unleashing all that he can, with so little damage. It's so difficult to do that, especially firing into the likes of you actually have a Ziggs with a little bit of health on.
And we see a request to hide the time bar by Chad Penguin.
Sorry, Chad. Complete side note, everyone. My Alexa just randomly turned off. About to go unplug it, so I'm gonna leave this one Hoagie.
Alright, so we see a little bit of rotation. You see clearing some wards in the jungle on the red side. Good. They're prepping for that Baron right now. They're getting that pink ward in there to make sure that DBP isn't doing it.
Alright, we're back.
They're gonna really have to work on that lane pressure right there. Because all three lanes are pushing right now against Oof right now. So they're gonna have to push that wave out, get that lane priority, so that they can start contesting this Baron without having to die for it, like the Vayne did. And the Vayne's final hour comes out, and nothing happens from this actually.
That's what we call a Vayne spotting, everyone. So we call a very bold Vayne spotting.
Literally did absolutely nothing, actually. Okay.
But something I want to bring up, and you mentioned this before.
And the bubble hits the Maokai! Oh my gosh, Symphonian CC onto the multiple times actually have shown that she can just lock down and hit their skill shot. And there's that Zyra damage that we were talking about. So much damage coming down from Zyra, but the redemption from Symphonian just keeps everybody alive. So much healing from... And then Zhao just goes in on the Bard and just gets decimated. And that's an inhibitor down for Oof right there. Oof.
Yeah, they're struggling, and something I wanted to make mention of. We see the Tekken tier item completed on Ezreal.
Elucida is just waiting into the bush, and
Elucida
just gets caught out in that tri-bush. What? Oh no.
That's what we call
Elucida,
the old...
thinking he can take down the Jaundice, but there's Symphonian with the heal. And the Baron just keeps going down, melted away because of that double Infernal as well as the Mountain Drake. And they're just gonna reset just so that they can push out the side waves. They need to push out that top wave so that they can match the bot wave so that they can safely get pressure on both lanes.
Yeah, that's a really smart call there. You see the Scion taking top lane. Baron empowered minions plus Scion is gonna be huge, And
we see a ping onto the Cloud Drake. They could theoretically take down the Cloud Drake right now while Scion pushes out top. They got that dual pressure right there. And Guy Fieri satchel charges over the wall. Pretty nice. That's actually a pretty nice jump from. And then we see the dragon being taken down. The Cloud Dragon is just melting away by Zhao and the Ezreal. So much damage coming down from that bot lane.
yeah, it's...
Elucida finding StarCraft and nothing really happens.
Yeah, it's just at this point, we're in the point of the game where it's just a slow stranglehold,
And the Mega Inferno Bomb goes onto some members of the team and kind of does some damage. And Vayne should be grouping with them. Not grouping with
Bot
them.
side.
Somebody else needs to go top lane. That's not Vayne. Vayne cannot deal with that Scion anymore with that Thorn Mail. Vayne's just gonna get hurt, but doesn't matter just because the inhibitor is just gonna go down. The bot inhibitor is gonna go down from that.
Yeah, we see Lucian pick up the last whisper and the black cleaver, but it seems a little too late. There's the Scion is so huge with the out of there, popping off. Oh, hold on.
Culling comes out from the Lucian and gets the Nami killed, but will this be enough to stop them? I don't think so, because now Lucian is taken down by the Mega Inferno Bomb, and then the Temper Fate comes down to try to save Necro Guy, but he's dead anyways.
And that
is game 1 going to Dome Poppy.
Hey, you called it. You had faith in them, and
I did, because they played it to their strength. They went and found Vayne, killed her. They just had strong objective control. And what Oof needed to do, their win condition was purely trying to protect the Vayne and the Lucian. Granted, Zyra does do a lot of damage. Correct. Especially with the Leanderies and Ludens, with the plants, does a lot of damage, but it's just not enough. And you see the damage turret, and so much damage coming down from Guy Fieri and Fudgy Ditters. Who do you want to give the MVP votes this game?
I'm gonna go with the hero who said a lot of this is just a lot of these were
You're breaking up.
Oh, I am. Whoops. Hello. Test 1 2.
Yes, you're working now.
Excellent. I'm gonna give MVP in my opinion to the unsung hero of if it's actually gonna go. God, I need to look at people's names. I'm looking at changes. Good. I'm gonna give it to Jaundice. A lot of the bot lane ganks were set up because Jaundice was down there trying to get Pudgy ahead. We saw a lot of his pressure controlling the map, pushing them where he wanted the game to go. So for me, that was incredibly well played by him. Jaundice, well done. You're getting that. What about you? What do you think, Hoagie?
I do have to give it to the to Jaundice on that Xin Sao as well. Although very honorable mention to Symphonian for the amazing setup that she provided for the Ezreal and the rest of his team, just locking them down, healing, doing all the right things the support needs to do. I'm actually kind of jealous about his Nami. His Nami is pretty good.
Yeah.
But I do have to give it to Jaundice as well, just because of that jungle pressure that he was able to constantly provide to the Elucidate, keeping him farther and farther behind. Essentially their win condition was being taken down little by little.
Yeah, I will have to jump in right here and say that while Jaundice, I think, probably is going to get it, that an unsung hero of this was probably Guy Fieri, because he is the only deathless player on his team outside of Jaundice. While he had a lot of air balls for the Mega Inferno Bomb, he did do really well. He didn't die in lane. He had a CS lead the whole time, and he has the second most CS in the entire game. So just wanted to throw that one shout out right there.
I do agree with Menbug right there. Guy Fieri did a great job actually farming and clearing and doing everything a Ziggs needs to do. Granted, some of his Mega Inferno Bombs were kind of but it's okay.
I think one more thing to note before we go. Both Jaundice and Symphonian, participated in 13 out of 19. Crazy how well they played. So, shout outs to both of you. And if we can get a
honestly, give a shout out to the rest of the team too. StarCraft and Fudgy, you two played amazingly. Okay, y'all did great.
Yeah, and we can talk about how Minbung was looking at the we can look at some stats. If we look at damage they've taken,
Xinjiao tanked, 33k damage, which is absolutely ridiculous, especially with that reduced, excuse me, the reduced damage from crescent or whatever. People are calling it crescent swing. What is this new ult called? It's not crescent swing, is it?
Well, I can look that up for you right now. Okay,
Okay.
we're gonna get some. Everybody, just make sure you vote on the poll that's been sent by OPTSM fan. Thank you. And we'll be right back. Okay. Stay tuned.